Okay, what I'd like you all to do is to take those breaths now and to relax and to find that pace of peace and repose within your own heart, within your own gentle, timeless existence that only you can be in. Look out in front. And I want you to see the Coliseum, the Los Angeles Coliseum, as though you're floating over it. You're looking down on that big dish antenna. And as you look out 20 miles in each direction in a circle, even a larger dish antenna of all these minerals and conduit and pipe and wires. So the Coliseum is like the center of a big dish antenna, moving energy off the earth out into space. The divine purpose of that was set hundreds of years ago. But tonight, the celebration of what took place in 1988 is captivated in the 12 aspects of deity and in the 12 solar rays of existence, that all peoples around the earth with the conscious thought to move the energies of spirit in a great way have gathered this weekend. And now you move down into the center of the football field. And in the center of the football field is the 12 aspect hoop that I am standing in. And it's sitting there on the grass. And what you're looking at is something that's being projected from way out in space. And it's shining like a flashlight beam down onto the earth. And as you're looking at it, a sweet little lady in a white robe with a violet stripe about 4 inches wide on her front side and the back side of the robe, with her hair up in a bun, walks across the field toward you, and you're standing in the hoop. And she raises her hand up to the sky, and you are propelled out into space. But it's a light color space. It's not the dark sky, it's not dark time. And you're up in the clouds, and you look off further to the distance, and there's a golden light that's being projected. It seems to be being done. And cell alpha pushes you off further, and you go up into the clouds, deeper and deeper. Until finally you reach a place where there's a chorus of angels, angelic beings all around you. And this particular place in the cloud is called the City of the Stars. The City of the Stars is an angelic realm. And as you look around, an individual that looks like a mayor or a governor comes over to you and opens a scroll. And on the scroll is your name. And below that name, it says that you are an official citizen of the City of the Stars. A citizen of the City of the Stars. And that you are a healer. And you are a light bringer. And he waves his hand to the left, and up to the left in the clouds is a sweeping grassy knoll rising upwards, a little berm of sorts. And there's a pathway going up it. And as you walk towards that path, you notice that the ground is moist looking, but it doesn't stick to your bare feet that you're walking in. And the grass looks like long sweeping Irish grass on a hillside. And as you walk up that knoll and you reach the top of it, there's a home up there. And in that home, there's a beautiful yellow gold light coming out the window. And you feel compelled to walk in that direction. And when you walk in that direction, you knock on the door, and you just enter. When you go inside, it's a beautiful white home. There's no wood. It all glows. And there's a person sitting at a desk. And the person sitting at the desk has long hair and a robe, a white robe. And on the desk he has a book. And that book is the Akashic Records, the keeper of all that you are and all that ever has been. And he points to a section on the page, and you see your name there. And when you look up, there's a window to his right. And when you look out the window, there are people walking around on green grass, and you feel as though you'd like to be with them. They seem like they're holy people, divine people, record keepers. So the record keeper, sitting at the desk, waves his hand for you to leave. And you have received from him a message on that page that's important for you. And as you leave his door, and you walk back down the grassy knoll, but you don't go down the hill towards the angelic people. You walk along an edge, and when you get a little further down the hill, you see another home, and you look up into the sky above the doorway, and it's kind of like a round geodesic, like an igloo-looking place. And you notice that above the doorway, 100 feet up, are two Maltese falcons flying in a circle, one clockwise and one counterclockwise. Curiosity, maybe. But the door opens, and standing in the doorway is the sweetest little girl you've ever seen in your life, with a hairpiece on of little fresh flowers and daisies and little pink roses. And she asks you to come in. And when you come in, this little igloo expands into a mile-long building. This particular temple is called the Temple of the Violet Fire. There's a golden rail around this thing, this big gorge within the earth within this building. And out of this gorge is golden and violet rays of flames bursting up out of the earth, floating up into this round building. And around these railings are hundreds of thousands of little people. This incredible energy holding the strength of the violet fire of Saint Germain. And you are asked to come over and stand at the rail. And you look down into this beautiful, beautiful, glowing orange, red flame and violet hues coming off. And suddenly the feeling comes over you that nothing would be better than to be within those flames, to be within that violet fire, to cleanse your being and purify it. The next thing you know, you find yourself floating in space over that cavern, and you're floating up and down as though you're bobbing in water. And every cell, every molecule, every atom, every minute particle, and all the in-between of the total beingness that you are and all that you can conceive is being purified, washed, and cleansed with the violet fire of transmutation. And all those around the railing are rejoicing at your ability to let go and to be there. And when you look up overhead, you notice that it spirals up into the empty space like a giant conch shell, as though you're inside of it looking out the little points. And way up at the top is an opening. And past that you see skies and stars that you've never seen before. And at the next moment, the hand is on your back, and the little girl assists you back out the door. When you open the door and you go out, you notice that in the sky in front of you is a building like the Parthenon, columns all the way around. 16 columns in all, 4 on each side, huge things, bigger than you've ever seen before. And you find yourself standing on the steps of this Parthenon. And you walk up the staircase, the stone staircase, and you can feel the sandy grit, the Florentine marble floor. And as you walk up into the Colosseum, within the Parthenon, there's a large dome. And on the dome in the center of these 16 columns is a beautiful, beautiful mosaic ceiling with holy symbols inside. Suddenly, the Colosseum, you've seen within these columns, and you remember where you were. And it makes you remember where you are now, in this beautiful place, floating in space. And you see beings dressed in white robes darting in and out of the columns. And there's some activity in an opposite corner. And you walk towards that corner, and the same figures seem to disappear from behind the columns, darting in and out, as though they're watching you. And when you walk over to the corner, the first one you come to, there's a round dome about the size of what you might call a basketball, 12-inch sphere, half in the earth and half out. And when you stand next to it and you look in, it's like a star sapphire on the surface. And it's a star. It's your brother and sister's stars, all that you are, because we are all from the same creation. And you feel brotherhood, sisterhood, with all that exists within the universe that you're looking at, the star being. You then seem compelled to walk from that space. You seem filled with the energy and the information that was downfolded to you. And you seem compelled to walk to the other corner. And when you walk to that corner, the same sphere is in the ground. But this time it's a moon. And it's a moon, and you realize the concept of the moon is just a refractor of sunlight. And you seem to have a grasp of that I'm standing on the earth, the planet, the sun's behind that, is passing, lighting up one side of the earth side that I'm on is dark. And when I look at the moon, it's light. It's nothing but a reflection. But it's the sun energies. And you have a deeper sense of your perspective in space and the planets. And now you wander over to another corner, and in this corner is this glowing orange sphere, same shape, same size, half in and half out of the floor. And it's your sun, the one life star that has brought you the creation of everything that you are in this third-dimensional body. Feeds you, nourishes you, and heals you with its divine energy, heat, and you have an appreciation for the sun. And you know that the sunlight doesn't burn you. You have a feeling you could put your arm into the sun, and your body would vibrate at the energy of that. It would just be a feeling, but you feel the oneness, for all you are is what the sun is within this dimensional realm. And now you head off to the opposite corner from where you started, and you walk over to this corner, and you see the earth in that sphere, half in and half out of the floor, and you feel homesick. You feel the greatness of the earth and all that it has given you. The wonderful blue star, all that gorgeous water, continent.